PSG leading the break. Gomes looking for the overlap. Alba inside. It's Messi!
Outside, it plays it inside. Great tackle, but no, he's finished off by Jenny. It's a run from him, but it's Messi. It's Iniesta! And the
Hello community, welcome back to another Barcelona match review. Barcelona beats Real Madrid 2-1. What a game. This was a spectacular, a classic game. 100% audience in Spotify Camp Nou. The first El Clasico game at home under Xavi era, and Xavi managed to clinch the win. What a way to win. Just before international break, having a big lead, big motivation. You absolutely love to see it. And also, fair play to Real Madrid because they as well played well. They gave us a good fight, and fair play to them. But we performed really well. Like honestly, compared to that first leg, that semi-final Copa del Rey first leg, we did much better. And there were many things Xavi did right in this match, which really led us to this W. And of course, without further ado, let's discuss as to how Xavi made this possible. And let's begin with the starting 11. Ter Stegen in goal, our backline Balde, Christensen, Koundé and Araujo. Midfield 3, De Jong, Busquets, Roberto. And our front 3, Gavi on the left, Rafinha on the right and Lewandowski up top. So we went with the usual lineup, but one change that everybody thought wouldn't be the change from the predicted 11, which was Roberto instead of Kessie. So Roberto started instead of Kessie. Other than that, it was the same 11 as everybody thought. And let's start with the first half. The first half was pretty neck to neck between Barcelona and Real Madrid. Of course, early on in the half, Real Madrid applied the early pressure, which they usually do in every match. Benzema out of the box, had a shot, Stegen saved it. But then after that, Barcelona just started to get their foot in, just started to get the rust out, and they were able to stay composed as well as press very well. So the first thing that Xavi improved upon in this match was better pressing, and this pressing was really good because in this pressing that we did, we did not completely commit ourselves to the Madrid players. Like when Madrid was in possession, we did not just completely jump on them. No, we did not do that. We were a bit composed, we were patient, we were jumping on them, but at the same time we were having players cutting the passing lane, so there were no much spaces being created. So because of that, we were able to recover the ball really well. Busquets, De Jong, two players who were very key, very crucial for the ball recoveries, and they did their job absolutely brilliant. De Jong, what a monstrous performance, as well as goes to Busquets. The amount of recoveries they did, it was absolutely crucial because Gavi, of course, our work rate machine, he usually does this work of recovering the ball, just go around the field like a madman, recover the ball for us, progress the attacks. But he was in the left wing, although of course still he was involved in terms of the work rate, and that really did brilliance for us because then we had four people. Of course, we went with like a four midfield option. So the Gavi at times was also coming behind. He was also providing in terms of the work rate. He was cutting the passing lanes, which also helped the midfield to recover the balls easily. That's why four midfielders, option or the formation works really well because at times Barcelona, they are able to have four midfielders in the midfield against three midfielders of Real Madrid, basically 4v3 in the midfield. So because of that, the midfield stays dominant. They were able to press, dominate on them, as well as recover the ball, progress the attacks, etc. And not only that, but our defense as well in that first half as well as second half was absolutely brilliant. Araujo on the right hand side going against Vinicius again, and to be honest, Vinicius had a little bit edge over him compared to previous matches. Of course, like the last match, Araujo absolutely pocketed him. Vinicius was nowhere. But in this match, Ancelotti went with a little bit different approach for Vinicius. So Vinicius started inverting a bit more than he usually does. He's usually a width player who would then, come inside the box, cut back to Benzema or something, and then of course it's an easy golazo. But Today, Vinicius, he knew he was against Araujo. Araujo again, when he was going against one-on-one against Vinicius, Araujo did brilliant in terms of stopping him. So he started going inverted, try to create a little bit superiority in the middle, with Benzema being close up there as well. So he was trying to do some connection with Benzema, as well as Valverde used to sometimes invert when Carvajal used to, of course, overlap. So Barcelona, in terms of their defense, they were good. Koundé, Christensen, they did their job well in that first half. And another point that Xavi did really good was that he provided an overlapping right back towards Rafinha. So Rafinha was more inverted today. Usually, of course, he does that double job, he goes overlapping as well as inverted. But today, Araujo was very high up top. He was having a position very high up top. So he was, of course, an overlapper, which allowed Rafinha to invert and have connections with Lewandowski as well as Frenkie. And Roberto as well, who used to go high up top. So we were having more players near the final third, which were allowing more plays to happen. And of course, we were also focusing a lot more towards Balde, who was on the left-hand side getting a lot of space. He was crossing a lot. Lots of those crosses were not being connected because, of course, Real Madrid's defenders, Militao, Rudiger, they're tall enough, physical enough to not allow us to, get any heads inside the box. So that really made a problem for us. But overlapping right back, of course, instead of Araujo being the overlapper, it allowed Rafinha to be more inverted as well as have some connections, which is very crucial because, of course, we cannot always have Rafinha giving those crosses, and I think this was a very good thing that Xavi did because we cannot go with crosses and inshallah. We had that with Balde on the left-hand side, but we were seeing many times the crosses were not connecting. Crosses and inshallah would have not worked in this match. So Xavi, of course, understood we need to be more offensive. We need to have connections for Rafinha, not as a creative outlet, but of course having those link-ups with Lewandowski, Frenkie, etc. So he had him more inverted. And third point that Xavi was spot on for was having Frenkie de Jong a higher attacking role, aka the box-to-box role. The role that I have been saying so many times, please give Frenkie that job, because with Roberto or Kessie in midfield, we will have no creativity. Pedri is a very important piece. Like, his creativity, his playmaking is very crucial. And one thing Xavi, of course, there is a sort of similar caliber in our bench. Pablo Torre, who we have seen being that interior, having that creativity. The thing is that Xavi doesn't trust him. He doesn't trust him. And of course, Pablo Torre is just on the bench, getting rusty. So with our options that we had, Frenkie was the best next alternative, because having him high up top as a box-to-box player, we had seen him under Koeman. He was having that exact role near the final third, having those link-ups with, the wingers as well as the striker, and of course with the midfield as well. And he was doing brilliant. And just like that today as well, he was fantastic in the attack. He was getting near the, in the half spaces, having some collaborations with, of course, Balde, Lewandowski, Rafinha as well. Sometimes when he used to come central, have some connections with Rafinha, with Roberto high up top. So in final third, we were able to have more people near the final third. We are able to have a supremacy in numbers. And then, of course, De Jong as well was really good in terms of like passing the ball and as well as just making those runs and providing an extra man help. So it was absolutely brilliant. And Frenkie as well did very good in terms of recovering the ball. Like I mentioned, him and Busquets were absolutely crucial for that. The whole team did brilliant. And of course, one problem that of course happened is, you guys are pretty surprised that up till now I didn't cover it, is of course the early goal that Madrid scored. The first goal was scored by Madrid. It was Araujo's own goal. So on the left hand side, Vinicius was dribbling, and then instead of Araujo following him, it was Busquets following him. Vinicius was free. He hit a shot, or I don't know, he was trying to give a cross. It hit Araujo's head. Ter Stegen was confused. It went inside, made it 1-0 for Real Madrid. Of course, you're pretty confused as to why I didn't cover about that. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't really want to blame anybody for that, because it was kind of unlucky for that happened. But it is what it is. luck was on Madrid's side. But of course, we did bounce back towards the end of the first half, and it was Sergi Roberto. So this one started from the left-hand side. Balde gave a cross inside. Rafinha went for a volley, missed it completely. And then, of course, the overlapping Araujo on the right-hand side gave a low cross inside the box. Rafinha once again tried to shoot. It got blocked, deflected towards Roberto, and Roberto hit that in, made it 1-1 for Barcelona. So it became draw, of course, and that's how the first half ends, score being 1-1. Now let's talk about the second half. And second half, again, pretty much same story, neck to neck between Barcelona. Real Madrid going with the early pressure, Barcelona being composed, controlling that pressure, and then after that they were once again recovering the ball, going for the attacks. And this time we saw Rafinha a little bit more involved, as well as Lewandowski. Lewandowski in this match in first half as well as second half had a couple of shots, but Courtois, fair plays to him. He was absolutely brilliant. He was saving left, right, center in the first half as well as second half. He really turned on today as well. Of course, it is Courtois versus Ter Stegen, and yeah, he had to step on. He did. He was absolutely brilliant. And yeah, Barcelona in this half were once again able to attack really well. They were having a lot more possession. They were able to have effective possession because, normally they just play around and then nothing happens and then, it's useless. So in this game, in this second half, we were doing much better. Roberto started becoming much better. In first half, he was a little bit sloppy, but second half, he improved well. And our midfield, as always, the young Busquets, they were able to recover the ball. And our defense as well was good. There were some mistakes going on, like of course Koundé gave a mistake towards the second half where Benzema got a free chance, but of course he bottled it, which was very surprising. And then there was another chance. Actually, there were a couple of chances for Real Madrid, but they bottled it. Like, of course, one was Benzema, another one was Rodrigo's one where he made a run. He had a 1-2 with Vinicius. Then after that, he made a run. Vinicius made a run as well from the left-hand side. He didn't pass to him. He passed towards, I think, Valverde, and then, or I think it was Carvajal, and then Rodrigo tried to shoot, but he missed it as well. So there were 2 or 3 chances for Real Madrid that if they would have got the shot in, they could have done something good. I think there was another one where Vinicius gave a cross inside for Valverde, and Valverde completely fluffed the volley. So there were a couple of chances for Real Madrid, but the thing was, they bottled it. So it was kind of like those scenarios like in other matches, those 1-0 matches where the opponents were able to have chances, they just could not convert it. And then of course Ter Stegen as well was absolutely brilliant. So that was sort of a similar case in this game as well. Madrid had chances, few of them, but they could not convert it, and it hit them badly because they had to. To be honest, Madrid were not playing a good game today. The midfield was just not at it. Our midfield was, to be honest, much better. We were able to recover the ball. We were able to progress really well. We were able to get many things right, and it just wasn't Madrid's game. So they had to convert those chances, but they just did not, and it hurt them badly. Of course, we had some subs in. Kessie came on. Ansu Fati towards the end came on, and more couple of subs came on, which at the moment I can't remember. But yeah, there was a couple of subs done by Xavi, and of course, towards the end, around the 90th minute, we got the second goal, the winning goal of the first Clásico at Camp Nou under Xavi. It was Kessie at this time. So it's really ironic, first of all, that both Roberto and Kessie scored, who basically are rumored to leave, or people just don't like them, they dislike both of them, but they both scored today, so that's really incredible. Anyways, talking about the goal, so it first started off really well. First of all, shoutouts to Busquets, the way he switched the ball towards Balde because he saw that space in the left hand side, absolutely brilliant. He quickly reacted. He gave a long ball towards, of course, Balde. Then passed towards Lewandowski. Lewandowski was dribbling a bit, cut in, gave a very, very nice back heel kick, back heel pass, in fact. And this is one of the things that I always say, Lewandowski has that killer one pass instinct near the final third. You don't really have to keep him as a playmaker. You can have him near the final third and have those maybe 1-2 link-ups, those 1-2 link-ups with him. And he had that with, of course, Balde. Balde in the left-hand side made a run, had a lots of space. And of course, he saw Kessié. And this was one thing Balde did really well. He did not immediately cross. If he would have crossed, maybe it would have gone to Ansu, and Rudiger or Militao would have probably, cleared it out. But he saw that Kessié was free. He passed the ball very nicely towards Kessié, and Kessié scored, made it 2-1 for Barcelona. So this was brilliant. Props to everybody, man. Like Busquets did well. Of course, Balde got the assist. Lewandowski with a crazy pre-assist. And Kessié as well, to be honest, because he made the proper run inside the box, and of course got the shot in as well. If he would have bottled it, it would have been a different case. But you know what? Fair play. We did absolutely brilliant. And to be honest, Barcelona played really well. Like I said, I'm happy with the performance. We were able to press well. We were able to attack well. Defense as well was absolutely brilliant. Koundé, just 1 or 2 mistakes he did. Other than that, absolutely brilliant. Christensen was world class today. Araujo as well. Balde, of course, as usual. Like, that back line is absolutely nutty. Like, we are just crazy with that back line. Midfield did absolutely brilliant. Roberto in the second half did his job. Kessié coming on did his job. And yeah, absolutely, you love to see it. And yeah, really, it's fun. It's a really good thing. It's really wonderful that we were able to win our first Clásico. And this was a convincing one as well, Definitely, it is not better than the Supercopa performance. Supercopa performance is going to be hard to topple because that was a complete dominant performance. But this was really good as well. This was really good. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. And Real Madrid, fair play once again to them. They had few chances. They could have converted it. Maybe the story would have been different, but they could not. And that's how the game goes, Their midfield, to be honest, like some things Madrid maybe could have done better was they could have maybe did the link-ups a bit more quicker, as well as have Modric more control into this match, because one thing was that Real Madrid were not allowing the midfielders that much freedom, in the sense that, when you see Modric having some freedom, you would see him near the attack, you would see him near the middle, you would see him like pretty much everywhere, and as well as him being close towards the wingers. But in this match, it was a different case, and that was one of the problems. Like Real Madrid were not able to cope up with Barca's attacks and stuff, so that was unfortunate. But we will take it. Barcelona will take it. We'll take the dub. 2-1 dub to Barcelona at home. You love to see it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed this match. Everybody enjoyed. What a match this was. And 12 points lead over Real Madrid. This is crazy. And have we won the league? The question. I don't think so. We have yet. Because you never know about La Liga. La Liga, it's a different league. Like the teams over there, Almeria, even Cadiz, these are the type of teams that can make us struggle. We got a match against Atleti as well, if I'm not wrong. So it's not totally over yet, but I think we are in a very comfortable spot. And I think, I don't know, we'll see as to what happens, but we are very comfortable right now, and you love to see it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Forza Barca. Oh wait, actually, before ending this video, I actually wanted to mention one more thing. So today, actually, I did stream for the El Clasico as well. And many of you guys wanted to know what is going to happen next, because YouTube were constantly, striking my streams. So basically, what I'm thinking is I've created a second channel. Link will be in description. So I will figure something out. I'll try my best to, stream the match and stuff. And if in case it's not possible, then hey, it's not possible. But I'll try again, for the next match for Barcelona, I will try to stream again. And yeah, the link will be description for the second channel. Go subscribe to that right now. And thank you so much for everybody joining up. It was really fun talking with you all about, analysis and everything. Absolutely loved it. And hopefully you guys will enjoy this channel as well. Of course, I'm here to provide amazing content related to Barcelona and stuff, and just gonna work hard and stuff. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. All the socials, second channel in description. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.